He noticed his closet had a hidden room. What he finds down there is something from a horror. User Chico Collects explains that while staying in a rented property for some time now, he finally noticed in his closet flooring this hidden hatch.
We just moved in, so in our closet, in our bedroom, the house that we are currently renting has this, okay? This isn't the creepy part, although it's pretty creepy.
Inside the hatch, he sees a set of stairs that lead into a darker area under his house. Shino then decides to see what's down there all by himself and finds this.
Immediately, I'm like, I gotta check this because, you know, I've seen too many movies where somebody lives in one of these things. So anyways, I'm gonna go down here real quick so you guys can see what I saw. Okay, so clearly we're using it to store some things, you know. So anyways, I come down here to check everything out. And I'm doing exactly this. And I'm like looking through, I have this massive flashlight, making sure that, you know, there's nothing here, whatever. And I think, let me see, I've only done this one other time, hang on. Okay, here we go, yeah. So I do this and I like start scanning through, I scan through, I'm scanning like this, right? And then I'm like looking this way, I'm like, all right, there's that. And I just decide to look up and then I see this. I'm behind you. Bruh. Like, instantly, you know? You just get that moment where it's like, what?
Okay, so that last part was added by me with AI to jump scare you guys. So yeah, sorry, that didn't really happen. Shino saw either the AC installer guy or someone down there wrote it as a prank and kind of spooked him out, but he didn't find anything down there.
It's late at night when a group of friends record footage inside a house that they're deeply afraid of. The house in question belongs to the grandparents of one of the friends. His name is Alex Sample, and he believes that something unexplainable was encountered by him and his two friends. During the time of this recording, Alex's grandparents were on vacation, so no one else was home except them. But despite having each other as company, they couldn't help but feel scared. The house had a strange ambience. Now this feeling of unease only got worse because after a couple of hours, this happens.
Okay, so we heard something upstairs.
Bro. You're joking.
Go.
Fuck that.
Go. Where's the light?
Alex?
Bro, it's so cold up here.
So,
No.
can we go home? What the f?
Bitch.
Turn it off, bro.
Alex, what the? Bruh. Bro.
Oh my God, sorry.
Oh.
Strangely, a musical carousel plays on its own. The three friends have no clue as to how the musical toy could have gone off by itself. The atmosphere of the place, combined with the feeling of unease they experienced beforehand, ultimately brought them to the conclusion that this was paranormal. But whether or not that's so, this video is still pretty creepy. If no one had touched the carousel, then how exactly did it start playing?
Please tell me you see that.
¿Me escuchan? ¿Qué quieres? Déjame en paz, aquí vivo yo. Si esto siempre lo dejamos apagado. Apagado.
No la estoy moviendo. Llévatela para tu cuarto. No me mueve. Se va a levantar en la noche y va a ir por ti. Uy,
Let me out! Let me out! Let me out!
He was able to capture a skinwalker while he was camping. This man was by himself. When at a distance, he saw this. Then he realized it was a goat, but couldn't help to get terrified and left immediately because he felt this wasn't an animal.
A man was staying alone in a cabin with his girlfriend in the Sierra del Tigre forest, in a secluded mountain town known as Mazamitla, Jalisco in Mexico, where there are many cabins to stay in. Around 4 a.m., he's woken up to something outside when this happens. He hears knocking coming from outside the cabin, then the TV turns on by itself. The next night he wakes up and hears this. A disturbing scream is heard throughout the woods. In the past, a tragic event occurred here in one of the cabins, which was used as solitary for a woman, who eventually passed away. This particular cabin has been abandoned, but ever since then the guests of the cabins have been reporting hearing creepy screams from a woman during the late hours of the night. And he isn't the only one that would hear it. Others who have stayed here have experienced the same thing. On another night, a woman named Annie is staying in the same Mazamitla cabins with her family when they capture something chilling. Watch closely.
Como un globo, ¿no? No, pero como un globo. Mira, Nael. Mira, cómo reacciona. Allá ya se tomó al otro lado. ¿Le aviento un pedazo de chorizo? Mira, ahí está.
No, si es como un globo.
A ver, vamos, que hay que bajar.
A ver. No, Edgar, si se ve como raro.
Mira, es un perro, ¿no? ¿O qué?
Mira,
digo que es un perro, estar asustado, pobrecito.
No, pero es que...
Mira cómo desea. Mira, a ver. Ahí, miren.
No, si es un globo.
No.
The people seem to think it was just a balloon, but the way it moves seems to be too strange to be just a balloon, as if it's tilting to peer out from behind the tree. It looks like a creepy pale face hiding in the woods just watching them. A girl named Valeria also decided to stay a night in the cabins with her boyfriend when she captures this.
Aquí también. Ya fue un día bastante chido. Está hermoso este lugar. Está bien lindo. Se ve todo esto, el bosque. Ay.
¿Qué pedo?
No sé. ¿No fuiste tú ahí en el piso?
No mames, no.
¿No fue una ardilla o algo? Escuché un ruido bien raro. No mames. Pero no hay nadie. No manches. No, ya, métete, porque ¿qué otra cosa podemos hacer? Ya nos adentramos bastantito aquí al bosque. Vean. ¡Ay, rodó algo ahí! ¿Lo viste? Ay, no.
No mames, vámonos a la verga. Vámonos.
A strange sound catches their attention outside the cabin in the woods, and as they go to see what it was, Valeria sees something moving across in the darkness very quickly, causing the two of them to run back to their cabin. Many people seem to be experiencing strange events in the Mazamitla cabin.
El Chavo del Ocho, a show millions grew up watching, has a dark secret behind it. A simple story about a boy who lives inside of a barrel, surrounded by laughter and unforgettable characters. But behind that cheerful neighborhood, there are rumors of something far darker. Because while the series made people laugh, it also came with its fair share of eerie mysteries. Beloved on-set characters described the sensation of being watched. Objects would reportedly move on their own, and strange shadows were also seen walking across the set when no one was there. Then comes the disturbing legend of The Lost Episode, a highly unnerving episode said to have aired only once near the end of the show's lifetime, where the neighborhood looked darker, almost abandoned. According to some, when a Chavo disappears at the end, it started to give off an eerie energy, as if the place had lost all life, abandoned, like if something dark had recently taken place there, while others believe it was never real, just a collective memory born from the show's strange atmosphere. But the most chilling and unsettling claim was discovered years later, during the final credits of one episode. As the camera pans across the courtyard, we can see this pale, lifeless face. It appears from a corner, peeking from the right side of the set. Some fans call it El Rostro Fantasma, the ghost face of El Chavo. A few say it was nothing more than a crew member caught by accident, while others believe it was something else, a quiet reminder that maybe that laughter we grew up with was never completely alone.
July 20 of 2023, a radio station in South America was airing a live broadcast that left many viewers feeling disturbed. The footage was broadcast online, so those who tuned in were totally creeped out. In the broadcast, viewers were introduced to a special guest named Antonio Zamudio, who according to the host is someone who's had a history of paranormal experiences. Antonio talks about these experiences, but when he talks about one instance involving a clown doll, the whole studio goes quiet. Viewers could tell that the atmosphere in the room had changed. Everybody was feeling unsettled, and even more so when Antonio showed footage of the clown doll. In the video, Antonio shows a close-up of the clown, which he says was given to him by a family who found it at a garage sale. But after they took it home, things got very strange. They decided to give it to Antonio given his experience with the paranormal. But one night, after setting up static cameras to record the doll in case anything strange happens, he captures this. Somehow, the doll moves on its own. Looking closely, it appears to move by itself at an upright position before running across the room. Understandably, Antonio was just as baffled as he was terrified. It made sense now as to why the family seemed utterly spooked about this doll. Something wasn't right with it. To this day, Antonio says that he keeps it locked up in a glass case, given what happened that night. It's unknown if anything strange has happened since then. But until any updates are given, the question remains. Just how exactly did the clown doll move on its own?
They didn't realize that something was creeping on them. As these little kids were playing late night, this small creature got extremely close to them. Lucky for them, they were able to run away.
なんか映ってるパターンもあるから。おお、びっくりした。あかん。急に鏡はあかんて。急に鏡はあかん。マジ。ちょっと監視カメラ止めて。いや、びっくりするわ、もう。マジで。やめてよ。
creepy video for you today, and this is actually coming out of Indonesia, captured by a villager in his home. He noticed something watching him through the doorway of his home, and he began recording. But the question remains, what is this thing? It looks humanoid, but it's not. And how tall is it? And we also have to question, there seems to be an uptick in sightings of cryptid, unidentified creature sightings. Has this anything to do with what's in our skies? Has something changed? Take a look at this footage, comment below, tell me what you think.
Dialognya keur modal penampakan amit kuat kaserem kieu astagfirullah sing dijaraukeun dialognya keur modal penampakan amit kuat kaserem kieu astagfirullah. Sing dijaraukeun